G'day, everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of 2023. That is amazing. How is everybody doing this evening? Hope you've all got your drinks handy and your food handy and we're all chilling, staying nice and warm. G'day, everyone. Thanks for joining us live and the listeners listening back to us later on. Thank you. So, welcome to the live show. My name is Purple Kashida. If this is your first time tuning in, tonight I'm going to be joined by a couple of very special guests. I'll be joined by Seemyshell and Joolay, two of GDU's Patreons. They've recently had some pretty cool and awesome adventures, so we're going to be finding out a little bit more about that tonight. Don't forget you're able to chat to one another in the chat room, but please keep it PG, as we do have children who watch the show as well. We've also got a winner for the GDU calendar photo of the month for May, so don't forget to hang around to find out who that was. Now, just a little heads up for tonight's show. Seemyshell is actually located in America, if you don't know, and it is very, very, very early in the morning for him. So we have actually pre-recorded the interview with him. So unfortunately, no live questions for Seemyshell, but you will be able to ask live questions of Joolay. So just keep that in mind. Seemyshell will not answer you. We've also got a couple of prizes to give away at the end of the show as well. So stick around. You could be in with a chance. It's a bit of a secret for everyone tonight, so you have to stick around to win it. You have to be here live to win as well. Also like to give a special thanks to Laney at LK Consulting Group for the marketing, mentoring, and the coaching program. Also, massive thanks to John and Di from geostuff.com.au for their continuous support and monthly prizes. And also special thanks to my mum, who is donating some money towards covering some of the cost of the show to bring it all to you live every month, I should say. God, each week, could you imagine? Anyway, so let's jump into the chat room tonight and I'll have a quick squiz, see who's joining us live, who doesn't have a live, who wants to spend it with me for the next hour. I love it. Alrighty, we've got Found It Podcast all the way from Sweden. We've got Donut Holes here. We've got Shorefoot24. Oh, my new Patreon. G'day, 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 g'day. Welcome, welcome. We've also got Tank Engine Choo Choo. We've got James0116 joining us live. Fox, that's awesome. Who else have we got? We got Darren Archer all the way from middle of Queensland. Thanks for joining us, mate. Team Casho is here. Barb2E is here. G'day, love. Joolay is joining us in the chat room as well. Multitasking, I love it. We've got Ryder Spider. We've got Jess in Queensland. Oh, g'day, love. DTY, g'day, g'day. Oh, we got Piggy Power joining us on YouTube. That's so cool. G'day, Piggy Power. Amy Candice, thanks for joining us live. We've also got, who else have we got here? We got Chook and Chunk. We got Jimmy D. Oh, man, 27 degrees it is for you, Patrick. That's like summer. That is amazing. Cosmonaut97 is joining us live. We've also got, who else have we got here? Sandy. Scramping is here. That's so cool. Fitzy's here. Who else have we got? We got Abstaria. Oh, our winner from last month. That's so cool. Mick Lookers is joining us live on Facebook. So cool. Explorer Chuck is here. Who else have we got? We got Kitty Catch. We've got, who else have we got? Not Chilling Your Body. That's right. Isa Peter is joining us live. Dennis AUS. Oh, GWD Aussie is here. That's so cool. Who else have we got? We got Burnsy from Western Australia. Look at this. Thanks for joining us again live, mate. That's so cool. We got Scott Anderson joining us live. That's so cool. We got Dean Side. Awesome. That's wicked. We got Jimmy D. Search for. Who else we got? We got Cicada. Oh, nice name, mate. Yeah, I like that one. Scott Anderson. We've also got, well, awesome. Thank you. We got a few in the chat room tonight. So let's kick off the show. Let's get started with some news coming around from around the world. Let's go.
Hey, PCE, how's this for a location? Beautiful. You know what? This is my new backyard as well. Anyway, what have you got for us for news?
Alrighty, a guest and a presenter. Love it. Alrighty. So, first kicking off for the Aussie and New Zealand events, we've got well, they're over, but the Western Australia Goes Big just had their big event on the 2nd to the 5th of June. That was over in Narrogin. So, congratulations. I hope that went really well. I saw some pictures. It looked like it was a fantastic day. Fantastic weekend, I should say. Following on from that, also just finished, and people are probably still recovering, was the South Australia Geocaching 21st June long weekend event, which was held in the Eyre Peninsula. There it is there. It was a great leap forward. No, it's not. That is the wrong one. It was what was it called? It was like caching. Help me out in the chat room. It was like caching all the K's. Oh man, did a show on it and everything, and it's just flown out of the window. But that was the 9th to the 11th. That is the longest running annual event in Australia. John from GeoStuff, where are you, mate? You need to tell me all about it. That's it. Let me just get rid of that one, as that is for the next one. There we go. Alrighty, moving on from that one, we've got the Queensland Outback Geocaching Muster. I don't have a GC code for that one yet, as it hasn't been published, but that one's going to be in Longreach. It's called the Flights of Fantasy, and that's going to be on between September 19 and 23. So you can check out the website and find out details as they become available. So just go to myconsultant.com.au/QOGM/ Rod and Hats off will put out the details as they have them. But at the moment, yeah, we don't have a GC code, but we will see. We will see. So now we can move on to next year, which is the Great Leap Forward in South Australia. That one's going to be held in Adelaide. So very handy. If you're not from the area, you can just fly into the airport. And then I think it's like literally a 15, 20-minute public transport ride to the event location. So that's going to be just one day. It is GCA1 DNA. That's GCA1 DNA. And that's going to be held at the Adelaide Woodville South Community Club. It has reached mega status. So you will get a special badge for that one if you are attending. That one's going to be on the 29th of February 2024. So that's next year. One day only. Special one day only. The Great Leap Forward in South Australia. Following on from that, also next year, but is rapidly approaching, is the Oz Mega Committee are hosting the Capital Geo Bash. So that's going to be in Canberra over Easter in 2024. If you haven't heard, you can go back and watch episode number 2 from this year and find out all the details. Well, I did a sit down with Farmers 5 and Kitty Catch for a deep dive into that event. Find out all the details there. Don't forget, if you are going, log your will attend and put in there that you saw the information on GDU, and you'll receive a little GDU surprise in your welcome pack. So don't forget to do that when you log or will attend. And then don't forget to jump onto the website, which is now I've gone blind. There it is, geobash.ozmega.com.au, and register. Make sure you register for that one, as well as logging your will attend. So don't forget to do all of that. And there's heaps and heaps and heaps going on for that one. So make sure if you can get there to get there. Alrighty. So moving on to souvenirs. Okay. So this one is still running. This one is the locationless cache. So that one is GC9 Fave, FAVE, GC9 FAVE. You can log that one. That's available to log until December 31 of 2023. And this is the third locationless cache from Geocaching Headquarters. And this offers you an opportunity to revisit or share a favorite local place that you discovered while geocaching. So you can get your souvenir for that one. After that one, which is currently running, is Wheel of Challenges. So the Wheel of Challenges, I haven't updated my little thingy. Oh, well. Tune in to the Wheel of Challenges each month, and they are going to release a new challenge, and you can earn different souvenirs. There's different levels and all sorts. So this month's challenge is called Out and About, and the idea of this challenge is seeing how many days you can get outside and find a geocache. So this month it's available from June 5 to July 2. So you've got pretty much a month. You can earn 3 souvenirs. There's 3 levels. There's an easy, medium, or hard. So to get the easy souvenir for the month, all you need to do is log a find on 5 different days. If you would like the medium souvenir, you've got to log a cache on 10 different days. It can just be 1 cache on each day, but you've got to log 10 days. And then the hard souvenir, you've got to log 20 different days. So a cache on 20 different days. So there's different levels there, depending on how much or how little you get out. You can go for the easy, medium, or hard. The next challenge is going to be released on June 27th, so the end of the month. And that gives you a little bit of time to get organized. That's going to be the 4th challenge. Don't forget, if you're out trying to get these souvenirs, you can share your adventures by using the hashtag Wheel of Challenges. So use that on social media, and everyone can see the adventures that people are getting up to all over the world. Following on from that, which is actually started today, the Magic Maker. So the geocaching community has been invited to host Maker Magic events, which is between June 13th, today, to July the 3rd. So you've got just under a month. Anyone who logs an attended log at a registered Magic Maker event will earn a special souvenir. There is actually guidelines to this one, guys. So you're best to jump online and check out the event cache guidelines. The event must be at least 1 hour and take place between June 13 and July 3, 2023. The event must highlight cache quality and or cache creation. So you can build a cache or show how to build a cache or walk through, a gadget cache type thing. After publication, there is another form that you need to fill out online. So make sure you find the website, which is all on gc.com. You can find all the details there. You've got to fill in that form as well to apply for the geocaching headquarters Maker Magic status. Now, to fill in that form, it was actually available to the 11th of June. So you've actually missed the date if you were looking to put one out now. So hopefully you're all over that and you've seen the newsletters and you've seen the social posts and you've already put in for your event, filled in the form, got your status, and then everyone who joins up to your event can get that souvenir. And just a reminder, CEDO events are not eligible to be a Magic Maker event. Yes. So what else have we got on after that one? Oh, we got the GIF event. The GIF event. So GIF is celebrating 10 years this year. I can't believe it. If you're a filmmaker or a geocacher and you want to combine the two, make sure you submit your geocaching film. The form to submit is open from June 1, so open now. I believe you've got until like the end of August or September, so you've got a month or two or two or three more months to sort it out, come up with something cool. And then they're going to show all the films from around the world. Looking forward to that one. Excellent. All right. Well, I'm going to skip over the other souvenirs. We will get to those later. Yeah. So let's get on with the show. I have quite a lot to get through tonight as well. So let me just get rid of that one. Okay. So we're going to get on to the show. So this will be quite funny for you all. We're just going to get onto the show. Here we go.
Welcome to the show!
Geocachers, muggles, viewers,
and listeners. Over to you, PCE.
Let's get on with the show!
Thank you, Canberra Crew. There we go. It's like Inception here tonight. So my name is Purple Cash Eater, and tonight I'm going to be joined by Seemyshell, who is an Aussie geocacher in America, and we have done a pre-recorded interview. So we're going to be showing that one for you tonight, and then I'm going to be joined live by Joolay. We're going to explore some recent events that Seemyshell went to, and then a geocaching adventure that Joolay and a few other Patreons went on. So let's get started with the first pre-recorded video. Now, just a reminder, this is pre-recorded, so if you have any questions, we'll have to answer them in the chat room as it is pre-recorded, so I won't be able to answer them live. So here we go. Sit back, enjoy. Here is my chat with SMS.
G'day, PCE.
G'day, SMS. Thanks for joining me. How are you, mate?
Oh, good. Long time no podcast for you and I.
That's right. Yeah, it has been a while for the two of us, but
yeah.
But no, all good. So
Mm-hmm.
I know actually that you have been away just recently. I think it was Geowoodstock 19 that you went to. Is that right?
Geowoodstock 19 in Owensboro, Kentucky. Now,
Right.
people don't know where Owensboro is really. It's a sleeper
Read my
town.
mind.
It's what they call a sleeper town. It is beautiful. It's along the Ohio River, and it's west of Louisville. So Louisville is their main city in Kentucky, and it's west of that. Obviously, your listeners and viewers can, pause this or, after this, write a note, and after the show, Google exactly if they want to know where it is. But that's exactly where it was. Pretty much almost like centerish of the US. So yeah.
Right. Okay. So how long did it take for you to get there?
Well, I flew from New York sort of area, so it took me about 5 hours to get there in total because we flew into Louisville because it's the larger town. So we flew into Louisville and then drove from Louisville through to Owensboro. And I was with the good old Joshua, the geocaching vlogger as well.
Geocaching vlogger, nice.
I know.
So you getting up to trouble in Owensboro, no doubt?
Well, I'm not sure if you or your listeners and what viewers are aware, but Josh and I have actually got a new podcast. I'll quickly, shamelessly plug right now. The Treasures of Our Town. So Treasures of Our Town. And predominantly what it is, I think you like this too, PC, is that it's a travel podcast. So it's not really a geocaching podcast. It's a travel podcast, but our travels are guided by our great hobby of geocaching and Munsey as well. So,
that just blends so well together.
It really does.
And
Everyone says, oh my goodness, I never would have gone to that place hadn't it have been for geocaching. And so we get those little treasures of their towns and go from there. We did a live recording podcast from stage as well, talking about geotours, which is pretty cool. And then we did a separate audio podcast wrap up show, if you like. That wrap up show we recorded live from the back end sort of the show. So in other words, after everyone had left, here's Josh and I at night on the Sunday night, because it was on the Sunday night, Josh and I out the back of our hotel along the riverfront in front of a fireplace, 9 p.m, no one around, with our two microphones having a chat. And that's what it was. So that's pretty cool.
Love it.
But anyway, enough about that. More about the actual event. That's what you wanted to know more so.
How many people do you reckon went?
Well, full wrap up for you. So the Geowoodstock is they call it here the Super Bowl of the geocaching events, like the grand final, the biggest thing of geocaching events. And it pretty much is. I mean, Geowoodstock #1 was the very first mega in the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back 19 years ago, the very first mega in the world. Geowoodstock, I think it was 15 or 16, I can't remember exactly, but it was the very first giga in the USA as well. Nice. That was 5 years ago, that one.
And so they've maintained that mega/giga status for the last 15, 16 years?
Absolutely. What they do, and I mean, you kind of do it a little bit in Australia, with obviously the Canberra one coming up next year as well. You know what I mean? That mega status as well. And they do a great event. This same sort of thing. They have a mega committee. They have actually a committee itself, like of 5 people. They call them the OGs. They're the original committee. And that committee, what that does is other subcommittees of all different towns and all different states will put a proposal in the year before or 2 years before and say they're vying for the giga. And so this main committee holds then the mega status for life, if you like. And they just literally farm out, okay, next year we're going there. So at the end of this one, they in Owensboro, they actually announce next year's mega event is going to be in Flagstaff, Arizona, which is...
So they've already picked it then?
Yeah, absolutely. They pick it prior to. They pick it like 3 or 4 months prior to.
Put in their pitch for it, and it's already been decided.
And it's already on the website. It goes live on the GC website as he announces it. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it goes live as he announces it. They actually time it with the reviewer, so that's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's some coordination.
Yeah. So numbers, we're talking this weekend. You're looking at just over 2,000 people at the event.
I can't even imagine.
I know. Now, the Owensboro town itself, it's a beautiful town, a beautiful city. I think it's going to have roughly around 15 to 20,000 people there already. So you can imagine another 10% of that in just one weekend alone, So it was really cool. They had the local TV station there. You know, we had and I'll be honest as well. Like, I was doing some video work with Josh too. And I'm about to do some editing work for him and place it on his website. That'll be on his website hopefully the next week and a half, I dare say. So, so that'll be a full highlight reel of exactly what it was like at Geowoodstock 19. So, yeah, it was really cool.
So where do people go to watch the highlight reel?
The geocaching vlogger. He'll have it on his channel within the next week and a half, I do dare say.
Perfect.
So, yeah, it was brilliant.
So, in terms of talk about highlights, what was your highlight of the event?
Jeez, you're getting really good at this, PC. I'm telling you now, like, let's be honest, everyone out there who's listening and watching, you remember PCE when she first took over this podcast? I'm very proud of you, PCE, very proud. She first took over this podcast, you know, and she was like, she had her list of things. Now, here she is doing it. Here she is, like 7 a.m. here in the US, and what is it, at 9 p.m. there.
1 p.m., yeah.
We're doing an off the cuff. We decided this 5 minutes ago.
We did.
Off the cuff, unscripted,
like,
and listen to you. You're doing hooks. You're doing all these, you know, radio. Oh, very proud. Anyway, what was the question again? Oh, that's right.
Not what's your highlight of the podcast? What was your highlight of the event?
I know. This podcast. No, the highlight of the event for me, would have to be, I really enjoyed, obviously, meeting all the people that you don't normally see, or you see once a year. You know what I mean, or if that. So those people and people coming up to you, or everything is saying, you know, I love your videos, or. Yeah. But also, I mean, I'll get a little bit personal now, and that is a lot of people came up to me and were saying that they get what's been going on with me in my personal life. You know what I mean? So they're invested. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think that to me is the highlight. People actually, you realise people do care, even if they are only viewers, if they are only listeners, if they've met you once, or if they've never met you only online, they still care about your welfare. And
it's all about that human connection, isn't it? You know,
that's right.
You wouldn't go to the social events, you know, if you weren't interested in human connection. Human connection,
exactly. So I think that for me would be the highlight, knowing that, there is still that human connection out there, you know, and the fun times, you know. I mean, I had a great time on stage with Josh, and it was on stage. Ready for this? It was in the Bluegrass Hall of Fame. Yes. Like they had this massive convention center there that was next door, but then they had the Bluegrass Hall of Fame. The Bluegrass Hall of Fame actually opened up for every geocacher for free. They could go through the Bluegrass Hall of Fame.
Alrighty, well, that was part one of our little chat. Who's ready to see part two and find out a little bit more about Geowoodstock, America? Let's get started.
When it comes to
live music?
Yeah. So they had on the Friday night, they had a street party. Not one, not two. There was 3 live bands situated, like, so you can't hear the other one, all the way up and down the riverside.
Wow.
And I'm talking maybe I've got to talk kilometres now. 1.5 kilometres in length, this riverside. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But when it comes to the geocaching terms, you know, they have, like, obviously Adventure Labs pop up for the event itself. The Adventure Lab that really sticks in my mind, and I thought to myself, just wow, the effort that went into this Adventure Lab is. Ready for this? It's a 10-point Adventure Lab, 10 waypoint Adventure Lab. So you get 10 finds, pretty cool. But you have to work a little bit for those 10 finds. You have to stand on the riverside at night, and it's iconic. There's a bridge, right? There's the Owensboro Bridge. It's iconic, and it's a big bridge, not like the Sydney Harbour Bridge. It's a bit smaller. It goes over a river, not an ocean. But but this bridge is very iconic, and this bridge has lights on it all the time and everything as well. So you watch this bridge. This bridge, it shows you the colours of green, yellow, orange, like the actual geocaching colours. Like, it'll show it, and it highlights the colours, and it stays the colours for maybe, I'm going to say, a good minute. Just those colours. So you know what? That's the start of the Adventure Lab. So you're watching this, and then all of a sudden, you'll see red go flash, 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 and off. Guess what? What does that sound like? Like a Morse dash, code? Dot. Yes. So it's actually doing Morse code on the bridge, right? And so each time, so what you're best off doing is you record the whole sequence.
Yes.
And then you sit there with your video, and then eventually, and then the waypoint 1 is what's the red Morse code, the first red Morse code, one letter only. What is it? Oh, look at that, it's a G. Then the second one is a white Morse code. What's that? Oh, it's an E. Of course, you can brute force these things, but it was a 9-letter word, and it's a 10-waypoint adventure lab, so the 10th waypoint is the full word put together. But how cool is that? They got together with the council and the town and did a Morse code lighting system on the bridge.
And that just runs night after night.
Well, yeah, while the event is on. So it ran for 5 nights straight, and then that adventure lab was taken down. Now, also, just a nice little, fun piece of advice is that 10 waypoints. You know how you can see the 10 waypoints on your Adventure Lab app? Those 10 waypoints gave you a little geo smiley, like 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth.
Wow, there's some real clever things that people do with geocaching, isn't there?
It really is. It really is.
Surprising, and a little bit of thought, and I mean that's a huge amount of effort, but do some amazing things.
Yeah, but that blew me away. That blew me away. And I can say it now. It's not a spoiler because it's no longer available. But the word was GeoBridge.
Ah,
so it was GeoBridge. So that's our GeoBridge. Again, it's just one of those things. Very clever. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what was the food like over there?
Well, so food was
fried, I assume.
Well, there was actually in saying that there was a lot of food trucks, which is really cool. Because then there's a variety. You've got your taco stands, you've got your because it's in Kentucky. There's a lot of southern fried food and a lot of barbecue because Owensboro, Kentucky, is the the bourbon, barbecue, and bluegrass. That's it. Bourbon, barbecue, and bluegrass of the capital of the US. Wow. So, yeah. Did I do a bourbon distillery tour? You bet I did.
You'd be silly not to. I'd be wondering if you're an Australian if you did.
But guess what, PC? I wasn't the only Aussie there either.
Really? Who else?
Yes. So there was 3 Aussies that came over. One of which I know her geocaching name off the back of my hand is McLookers.
Oh, okay.
McLookers from Victoria, and then she had 2 others with her as well. One of which is on the committee for the mega in the next year in Adelaide.
Canberra or Adelaide?
Adelaide one, mega in Adelaide, and you know what? They may have got a plug or 2 on the on our podcast. So just saying.
Awesome.
But yeah, they come over and we joined up for that. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, that's the thing too. Like now travel is opening up again, that if people do want to go from one continent to another, it's no longer a massive issue. Like it's now doable. So
exactly.
Why not? And the geocaching community is so tight knit. It's great.
Yeah, and like on the distillery tour, I had some of these bourbons were pretty harsh. One bourbon I had was really smooth, and it smoothed all the way down the back of my throat. It was delicious. And you know what, PC? Listening to McLookers and the Aussies was smoothness to my ears, like the accent, because I'm so used to the water. Oh my god, like the whole R's and the yeah, and I'm like, and then they come over and go, crikey, mate, what are you doing over here? I'm like, oh.
That sounds like my people.
It is like it's my people. And for once, like Josh was with me as well. And for once, Josh was the odd one out.
There you go. Yeah, turnabout is fair play. I like it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they only do the mega on the one day. That's right. Yeah.
Yes. So obviously people, they did lead up events, you know what I mean? So they did an event on the Tuesday before the Saturday. They have like a barbecue. They had a brewery event as well. They have a famous thing that like a nostalgic thing that they do every single Geowoodstock. And there's the morning beforehand, they have breakfast with the mummers. And these mummers are the same 2 women every single year. They come to every single event. And they find this breakfast location where everyone can just literally buy some breakfast, and because breakfast is pretty big here, they have a lot of buffets and stuff here. Yes. But this breakfast, they hosted us really well. And PCA, there's like almost over 1,000 by this time Friday morning. There's over 1,000 people coming through this poor breakfast place. and it's a breakfast buffet. You know what? Not a beat. Like we got coffee refills all the time by our waiters and wait staff, and they were brilliant. They were really, really good. So there's breakfast with the mamas. So there's lead up events, but then their mega event is Saturday, and it's like and no one goes anywhere.
Well, I was going to. That was my next question. Is we have events, and you're racing off to try and get first to finds, and we've got Adventure Labs here, there, and GeoArt, and stuff, and car trails and all this sort of jazz. But it sounds like it's a more centralized event for them. Exactly
right. So everyone, it's more of a convention. A better word for it, like a geocaching convention. So one day, everyone goes to these sites, and it's a big, it is convention center. They can tour the Bluegrass and Hall of Fame and all that sort of stuff, and they have events going on. They have vendors as well all around, and they're there. The vendors are there that whole one day. So John and Di, for instance, they don't have to literally man their stand for 3 or 4 days in a row. It's just one day, one day, and they miss out on geocaching. But everyone's no one's geocaching really, apart from the Adventure Labs around the event.
Yes.
No one else is really geocaching. It's all about that. Yeah.
How is that for a bit of a different style of event? I guess people from Adelaide can give us a bit more of a heads up about that in 2024. But let's continue now with SMS and find out a little bit more about the American Geowoodstock. Yeah, I mean, it's a different setup to us, isn't it? I mean, we sort of all turn up, 2-3 days early, and we all scatter off and do our geocaching. We sort of come back of night time and do, events of a night.
And I explained the way Aussies do it as well and with the camping and the campgrounds sometimes, and it's a real it's a 3-4 day event, that sort of thing. But in saying that, Now, I know there's people, when you and I spoke last, people were on our thing, and when I said the M word being a munsey, some people were like, oh, why was he talking about that stuff again, blah, 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 blah. But guess what? Like, the prolific person in Geocaching Australia is Kitty Catch.
That's it.
Guess who's a big munsey player? Now, Kitty Catch. Tank Engine.
Hashtag coexist?
So hashtag coexist came about more from Munsey than it does geocaching. Geocaching don't mind it, which is pretty cool. But Munsey, they're not as big. Obviously, not as big a community, but it's a different game. It's the same process in terms of GPS related outdoor game, but it's a different game altogether that you can't comprehend between the two. And so at Geowoodstock, they have now Munsey have mega events as well, and so they have 4 events over the 2 or 3 days. They have 4 events over the 3 days of Munsey events, and Munsey events are very different. Munsey events. If you were to look at a Munsey event, because obviously a lot of your viewers and listeners have never been to or even know Munsey, but if you watch a Munsey event, it looks like everyone is rude as hell because everyone sits down and around for like 5 or 10 minutes only, right? Everyone's talking to each other. Everyone's talking to each other, but staring in their phone at the same time. Everyone knows what's happening. So because people place cards and other virtual Munsies all on these hotspot locations because of the way Munsey's played, whoever places. So PCE, you placed a few cards, I think, and I've capped your cards while I was there. You know?
Yeah.
That's the good thing I think about Munsey as well, is it is inclusive of all the world.
Absolutely.
So I'm at this event and I'm there capping, cap, all the virtuals, capping the virtuals away, still talking. My mind's still talking about, and it looks really strange. There's a whole group of people doing that.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
Silent disco.
Yes.
Everyone's just in the park standing around,
bopping away, and you can't. The rest of the people don't know what's going on, but it just looks weird.
It looks weird
exactly.
From the outside. Special buses just arrived.
What they do with Munsey events as a special as well is you'll have like 15 or 20. Because Munsey's very virtual nowadays, but there are still physicals around. And with these events, they'll have like separate individual QR codes on flags. There's little small flags you stick in the ground, the orange ones or whatever. Like they use for water mains in Australia and stuff.
Marking water mains and that.
Marking water mains. They have those, and they have them around a full walk around the parks that they're in. Yep. And so you walk around, and you get special badges for each one that you get. you know. So this one was, you know, bourbon, bluegrass, and barbecue. So they had like a what do you call it? A little banjo was one of them, you know what I mean? A bourbon bottle was another one, you know, the whole lot. And then at the end they had the goodbye event, and everyone's waving. So you get little badges for capping those. And again, it makes you walk. You know what I mean?
I was just going to say that. It's like geocaching. It gets you out, gets you active, gets you moving, gets you socializing. Like,
exactly.
Yeah. And like,
everyone's
exist. Like, you can do it
exactly.
both at the same time.
You can do them both at the same time, and we did. We did. You know, there was and Munsey itself, like a Munsey Mega, they don't require numbers. Anyone can host a Mega. Munsey thinks a Mega will bring Munsey players in, and which it does.
Right. Yeah.
And so for us, I think there was about 70 or 80 people there, which is big. It's huge for Munsey, you know what I mean? So that was really cool. But
here get sort of 10 to 20, so...
Exactly. Well, people broke off into their own little groups as well, and then did the walk around too, which, again, it's very social. Yeah. People think it's not really social, but it kind of is still, you know.
It is, yeah. Especially, it's because it's like geocaching, like with the badges and whatnot. You're like, oh, check out the souvenir I just got. Check out the badge I just got. Oh, I'm nearly on, 1 million points, or I'm beating such and such. Like, yeah.
And geocaching and Munsey alike, you know what's the best thing, PCA? What's the best thing about the digital badges?
What's the best thing?
They don't get dusty. You don't have to dust them.
They sit on a shelf getting dusty.
Exactly.
Speaking of, like, I look at my Geo coins and they're all on the shelf, and I think, I've got to dust them or whatever, and it's like,
exactly.
Or they sit in a box and you never look at them, and you're like, what's the point of them? They're sitting in a box.
Exactly.
So
one last thing.
Woodstock have a Geo coin. Speaking of Geo coin,
I was about to. You see, you're so good at this, PCE. You're getting, guys. Look, I'm looking at you straight in the camera now. Guys, look how good she is getting. And if you're not a Patreon, I don't know why, you jump onto patreon.com and / whatever it is. She'll put it on the screen.
Merch going out.
There it is. Exactly. Look how good she is getting. Support. When it comes to merch, this is the other thing that Australians, I'm telling you now, and it's because of Greg. I'll give a shout out to Greg from the committee, the president and the committee of the Canberra one. He does a great job, but he has spoilt every geocacher in Australia. He has spoilt them rotten. So, Greg, I appreciate you, mate, and everyone else in Australia should do too. I'm giving a big shout out to Greg here. I'll tell you why now, and that is here. Every mega event you go to, you have to buy packs. You don't get a swag bag. You don't get a free swag bag. You have to buy the packs, right?
Okay.
Now, there's obviously free packs in which I think you get maybe a sticker. You know what I mean? That's your free pack as a sticker, right? But then there's the silver pack and then the gold pack, and there's $25, and I'm talking US dollars, which is you can almost double it nowadays for AUD. Yeah. Trust me. So you got the $25 pack, the $50 pack. You got the VIP pack, which is $200 for a VIP pack. Obviously, that comes with a geocoin. It comes with path tags. It comes with stickers. It comes with
a free dinner with SMS and the geocaching vlogger.
No, you pay for that separate.
The battery's not included.
Exactly. It comes with like a Greg version of a car flag as well. Okay. So if you want a car flag, everyone expects car flags from Greg because that was a great idea. If you want a car flag from an event here in the US, it's going to cost you $200. Right. Oh, and it comes and a shirt. There you go. I'm ripping now. Geowoodstock ripping. So so it comes with a shirt. So. But that's what I'm saying. Greg, big shout out to you, mate. You do an awesome job. Great work, but you have spoilt the Aussie geocaching community, let's be honest. So appreciate him more too.
Absolutely. Big shout out to
the whole committee. The whole committee.
All committees that
all committees.
Events. Honestly, it's so much effort and time
on
top
really is.
Of regular life. So good on them all. Oh, that's awesome. Well, is there any last things about Geowoodstock that you'd like to share with us Aussies, being my Aussie in America? Roving reporter.
Roving reporter. I'm not live from the event this time. But no, the only thing I will say, and that is, guys, just appreciate everyone that's it's hard work in these mega events and stuff. And as we do here in the US, they do appreciate the hard work and effort that goes into it. And if you want to see more, then head on over to the Geocaching Vloggers YouTube channel very shortly, and I'll put out the the event video for that. It's going to be a bit of a long one because I've got a lot of footage. So yeah, a lot of
And where
footage.
can we find treasures of our town as well?
Well, Treasures of Our Town is PCE. It's a different podcast. It literally is an audio only podcast. We don't go live. We do this sort of stuff like you and I are doing now. We pre-record everything. There's no visual at all because, like, let's be honest, who wants to see my ugly mug anymore?
You can edit out all the swear words too. It's great.
Exactly, and we do. No, it is still family friendly, but yeah, any of your podcasting apps itself, you can go to Treasures of Our Town, and it's predominantly, obviously, USA towns and whatnot. And Josh and I are trying to get to these towns, or at least one of us get to these towns, so we can really tell people what we found and what we enjoyed about the different towns here in the US. That's cool.
That's awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for taking time out. I know our time zones, it's a little bit tricky, but thank you for taking the time out to have a chat with us, SMS.
I'm an early riser.
I'm sure everyone's loving hearing about the overseas events. So thank you very much for your time, mate.
Thank you, PCE, and see you later, all the PCE community, GDU community.
Well, that was my fun late night chat for me with SMS, early morning for him. So thank you very much, SMS, for getting up early and having that quick chat, talking about your recent event at the Geowoodstock 19. Sounds like it was an absolute hoot. I'd love to see one in person. Alrighty, so from an adventure overseas, let's bring it back into the country, and I'm going to be joined by one of my local Patreons, Joolay. So let's all welcome Joolay to the podcast. G'day, Joolay. How are you, darling?
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Good. It's been a good night. Had a lovely dinner, had good chats, watched the show, and now I'm here.
Excellent. Put your feet up for a little bit, and now it's all systems go. I like it.
It is.
Well, thank you for joining me live tonight. I really appreciate it. So we've heard a little bit from SMS about megas overseas and things like that. But I know that you and the Canberra Crew recently went on a bit of an adventure as well. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. But first off, for those who don't actually know you, I just want to ask some very easy questions. Don't panic. Can you tell us what is your caching name and how did you come up with it?
Okay. I've been caching since 2012, and my friend Kitty Catch, who I've known for 22 years, came up with this great idea. Oh, she'd like to go caching, and roped me in. And then it was, well, what name do you use? And Kathy's husband used to come in every Friday night as we're having a few wines, and he would say, Joolay, what would you like? Would you like a vine? And the arms would go and everything, and it'd be like, yes, please, Graham, I'll have one. And then when I had to choose a name, it was Joolay. So that's how we came up with it.
I have to say, you can just shout it out so easily. I love it. I mean, you can put a French twist on it. You can put a German twist on it. You can just put an accent on it. I love it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, no, it's good. And I've gone, why? Why did I choose that? But anyway, it's just what it is now.
I think we all look back and, as the years go on and we think, oh, goodness, I think I've grown out of that caching name. Maybe I need to adjust it. But,
yes.
See how we go.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good.
So was that how you started geocaching? Was with Kitty? Kitty, did she drag you out, or?
I said once that she was my geocaching mother, but she said, no, I'm your geocaching sister girl. I'm your sister. Yes, Kath found out about geocaching and just immediately fell in love with it, and dragged us out and about for a birthday and things like that, made us all go caching. And it started off the first year with 6, and then a couple of years later, I think I managed to get over 3,000, and I've done that pretty much a year since. So I try, I think, yes. Wow. So on our recent trip to Mildura, I finally made 15,000 caches. So that includes Adventure Labs and things. But it's a lot of work.
You have a favourite type then? If you found 3,000 per year,
I do like earth caches mostly because they usually take you to great places. I did not like puzzles. However, we have a puzzle group and I have an appreciation for puzzles now that I did not used to have. Some are very clever. Some are very, very hard. And so it does help to have varying degrees of expertise in the puzzle group. So,
I'm just like you. I'm the same. I shied away from puzzles. They were too scary. It was too hard. I didn't get it. Wasn't clear. But now I'm learning to persist and ask questions and ask people and things like that.
yes,
So
absolutely. It doesn't hurt to ask. They can only say no, go away.
very true. Very true. Usually not.
Usually not.
That's it. All right. Well, let's get on to why I have brought you here tonight. So let's get started. Tell us, you went to Mildura with a few friends?
Yes. So we have seen the fabulous Paddle Steamer series for the last few years, and COVID interfered with getting there one other time. We went to Millicent before Millicent happened, and they've never made it to Millicent. But we couldn't. We coming back through Mildura, we just had to drive straight through. We were not allowed to stop. So we just came home, and we thought, well, one day we'll get there. And we just said, right, we are going, and this is the date we're going. And then we put it out, and a few other people said, yes, we'd like to come too. And so we said, right, these are the dates, and off we went. So it's like Kitty Catch and I went, and Barb Tui went, and Tank Engine, DTY, and U-Ben went, and Niblet Rice Cakes and Gliss, and so we all went over there with the express purpose to do the paddle steamer and to find whatever else we could find. The turtle series, and we got there, and it was really quite impressive how great the caching is over there. The mills have got some, I don't even know how you actually pronounce their names, but they have some fantastic caches, and there's a few other cache owners and different hidings and things like that.
All right.
We just had a great time.
Oh, that's fantastic. So I believe this is a picture of the group. Is this the entire group?
Yeah, so we were doing a few of the cool ones that were on the road out towards the paddle steamer. And I think that cache's name was Washawa. And he had some quite interesting caches, and they weren't gadgety containers, but he made a real effort in the external parts of the caches. So you had like a Bob Marley thing with dreadlocks made out of chains and things. It was really clever. Yeah.
Okay. So is the actual Paddle Steamer GeoArt, is it all mysteries?
They're mysteries, and there's a multi and trads. So you've got trads across the bottom, and the paddle steamer itself is puzzles. And so I think every 10 puzzles was a different puzzle type. So it was really quite clever and pretty cool. And so it was nice seeing the pre-picture and then the post-picture. That was nice to see. And there's a lot. There are a lot in it. So,
is there? Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I believe this is along the Murray. Is that right?
Yes. So we walked around. There was a set of caches, and I think they're called the Ranfurly walking ones. And we walked along the river, and we thought, they're probably gone or whatever. In actual fact, he's actually quite cleverly hidden them. And so we did replace 2 for the CO, but the rest of them were there. There were 5 in total. And the first thing you do when you go to a fence is to feel all the top bits. Yes. And we ended up forcing this thing off, and the cache was there. And then another one, it was tucked away. And so one of them was so well hidden that I got stabbed in the eye by, I think, trying to get through the bushes to find it, but we found it. And we thought it was all washed away, but actually some of them were there. Now, I think a lot of it got washed away, but these ones were actually there. So I thought it was really clever.
Oh, great. Now, I believe this one here is a bit of a milestone for you as well.
Yes. So I made Thomas climb the tree. So no, it didn't. Oh, yes, and there's Albida as well. I forgot about Ralph. Oh, my God. How can I forget Ralph? So Yes, it was my 15,000th cache along the trail, and so I thought this was a really good opportunity to get a photo, and made everyone get out of the cars
Yes.
and come and get a photo. So yeah, I was quite pleased.
Well,
Yes.
congratulations on 15,000 finds. I mean, that's huge.
It's a lot of hard work and a lot of help from a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. So I know you also what else did you do? Oh, this one here. Tell us about this one.
Okay. So we heard about Elvis, which is a November 2001 cache, and we were supposed to actually go back. We were going to drive back on the 30th all the way through. And in the end, we heard about this cache and we said, right, well, that's it. We're going south instead of back home, and we'll get back on the 31st. So we went down towards Echuca before we went to stay at what is it? Namuka. That's where we stayed the night. But anyway, Elvis is in a swamp, and it's been there since 2001 in that exact spot. It was the original container, and very messy. And I did take a little video of them splonching through the thing, and so one of them went down to their knees almost. Luckily, they had gumboots and water shoes and things like that, but it was very muddy. And apparently it's been worse, much worse. So, yeah, that was really cool. It was a cool cache.
Got a picture of gumboots. There we go.
There they are.
Racy red ones. I like it.
Yeah, go faster.
That's it. Get to the container quicker. I like it. Now, this one here that you sent me a picture of, I believe.
This is one of the caches. The person had put it in upside down, and so we had the smooth end to work with. Couldn't get it out. And in the end, we went back to the good old blue tack. And so we got it out and put it back in the right way and put the cover back on. But it's one of the ones from Washawa. And he has got a little trail of them on the road out towards the paddle steamer. And they're all different and all quite cool.
Wow. Oh, wow. It sounds like there's a real variety too.
Yeah. So the mules have got a fantastic array of cache types, different sorts of things. One, we had to get the things moving up through because it was an egg, and we had to take it up through the different levels to get it out so we could get the cache. Others had keys you had to get out. They had such a wide variety of different things. It was great caching. I totally recommend going out there. And it's lovely. It's lovely out there.
I'd say the pictures do look amazing, even the muddy ones.
Yeah. Yes.
Now tell us about this one here.
Okay. I was actually up the other tree.
Right.
So this is Albeida, Ralph, and he climbed the right tree. I climbed the wrong tree, and he found the cache. So this is one of the ones on the paddle steamer.
Okay.
So some of them were quite difficult to find, and just like quite sneakily hidden. And so some of them were like very obvious, and actually we found some on the ground and the animals had got to it and spread it all over the place. We put it back together and put it back in. But they had very kindly, they knew we were coming, and they'd very kindly gone out and done maintenance because it's owned by the Mildura Geocaching Crew, I think it is. And so, but I think the mules were a big part of it. So they did maintenance before we got there, and we found every single one, which is great.
Oh, that's awesome. So are the containers far out of town?
They are. It took us a good hour or so to get there from Red Cliffs. So we stayed at Red Cliffs, and then if we needed to go into Mildura, we went to Mabane as well, however you pronounce that, and we did some caching there, and there's some cool ones there too. There's a series called Mr. M Remembers, and some of those are quite hard to find, and some of them are quite good. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. And I know you had an event too while you were there as well.
Yes, we had an event. Sue Bannister Gliss, she ran the event, and we all had a great time. And the lady in the front there was a ring-in. She's Barb Tui's cousin, And she turned up on the day, and she went out caching with us for two solid days and did very well. So I'm not sure we've converted her, but possibly.
Well, you never know. It starts somewhere, doesn't it?
Either that or scared her away. Yeah.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Now, there's this interesting one here that you've shared with me as well. This flood marker. What's this one about?
So this was on the Ranfurly walk, and we were walking up, I think, to the last one on the right, and we walked past this. And if you scroll in, you'll see where the black writing is at the top is the 2023 flood marker. So Kitty Catcher's standing in front of it, and basically it was underwater. There was a lot of water went through, and you could see the damage on the riverbanks and things like that, trees down and things like that. But it recovers pretty well, I think. So
that's great. Yeah, it's quite amazing how fast it does recover, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it was an excellent trip, and we had a great time. But then we had to come back and go to work. Very sad.
I know,
Very
right?
sad.
That's reality. And this is the last one I've got for you. Tell us about this one.
This is called the Mallee Stump, and we thought, oh my God, we're going to be here forever. But in actual fact, it was, I think Niblet Rice Cakes found it pretty quickly. And so we just had to get a photo in front of it because it is a pretty awesome stump.
Yeah.
Dead, but awesome.
I was just going to say, is it still alive?
No. No, it's not. And we were on our way to Echuca then, so we went down via Echuca, stayed at Namurka, and then got up the next day and came out. We were chasing a challenge cache of day 1976. And it was the least favoured ones. You had to get 200 caches. No, you had to get a cache that had 200 finds, but 0 favourite points. So that was interesting.
Oh, wow, that is a challenge.
Yes, it is.
Oh, goodness. Oh, right. So, I mean, I guess overall you would really encourage people to go and try the Steamboat GeoArt.
Yeah, it was wonderful and a lot of fun. And I recommend going with company because if you did it by yourself, it'd be pretty hard going. And you need all those extra eyes because there were times we were all out of the car, all of us looking.
Climbing the wrong tree.
Climbing the wrong tree, yes. Yeah. Luckily, there weren't any really hectic tree climbs. And we only got spoken to once on the way over, which I can't remember the town. We stopped to get a cache and the police pulled up and said, what are you doing? Because Kitty Catch was up the tree on the ladder and I was holding it. And then I walked away to let her go to walk over to the police officer and went, oh, my God, she's still up the tree. So anyway, but they were good. You know, they let us go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, well, that sounds like an absolutely awesome adventure. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. I really appreciate it. It makes me want to go and do it.
Yeah, I absolutely recommend it. It was great caching.
Fantastic. All right. Well, that's all the questions and information I have from you for this evening. But stick around. We've got a few more things to go if you're happy to stay with me.
Sure.
And we'll get onto some more things. So let's start with, where are we up to? The photo competition. Okay, so let's start there. Okay, let me get organized for 1 second.
Do you think I've got a chance, do you reckon? What for? How about the calendar photo of the month? Let's see this month's winner.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that one, SMS. Alrighty, so the photo comp of the month for May is, drumroll please, it is Rod Lion. So this one here is GC33F5P. That's GC33F5P. And this is a little cottage which is part of the history of the Sugarloaf Valley in Victoria. So it's been owned by a few different families over the years, but it's a good example of showing you what the living standards are like in the past. So you wouldn't even know it's there from the road, but us geocachers, we do have, a little bit of insider knowledge. So follow your way to the pin. This site is actually protected as a historical site and is managed by Parks Victoria. So there is a cache nearby. So thank you very much, Rod, for submitting that photo. Looks like a awesomely remote location and a little bit of a walk into the past. So thank you very much, Rod. Congratulations. You will see your picture in the 2024 GDU calendar. As for the photocom, it is still running. Please head to Facebook. This post here is pinned to the top of the page. Put in the comments your photo. You must be the owner or have permission from the photo taker owner to submit. Put in the GC code, the title, a little bit of a story if there is one. And then while you're there, why not vote for another picture that you like? So jump onto Facebook, pin to the top of the page, and submit your photos there. So thank you very much. That one is running till the end of the month. And you could be in the 2024 GDU calendar. Okay, moving on to we have a podcast travel bug race. So let me give you an update. If you're not aware, at the beginning of 2022, myself and Patrick from Found It Podcast, we each released a travel bug into the wild and with the mission to get to one another. So his TB is to get to me here in Australia, mine's to get to him over there in Sweden. So quick update, the GDU goes to Sweden has been officially replaced. So the initial one was lost, unfortunately. So I have released another one into the wild, and we're going to see where that one goes. So I'll be keeping an update for everyone there, and fingers crossed that the second one doesn't get lost like the first one. So you can follow its travels, TB9. I've just lost it. Where did it go? There it is. TB9 RZBF if you want to follow it or put it on your watch list. TB9 RZBF is the travel bug, actually. And then Found It Podcast goes to Australia. That one has recently been updated as recent as today. So that one's on the move. I'm so excited. Something's happening. The player over in Sweden, his name is Frederick. He has grabbed this from a geocache at somewhere near north of Stockholm and has now dropped it into another one, which is now south of Stockholm. So hopefully someone can pick that one up and take it to an airport and bring it over to Australia. So this one has now traveled 1,210 kilometers, whereas mine has done like 8. So I believe that the podcast is winning. But let's see how the version 2 goes of the GDU goes to Sweden travel tag. So that is the update for the travel tags. Let's get on to some prizes here. I know this one's everyone's favourite, and it's a bit of a mystery all for you tonight too, because I haven't actually released what the prizes are. So let's get started with some prizes.
Hi PCE, it's Allied Oz here in Wajak Noongar country, also known as Perth, Western Australia. My friend and yours, John and Di from geostuff.com.au, have some prizes for you. Very generous, as they are every month. Let's see what they are.
Yes, thank you very much, Allied Oz. Alrighty, so let me pop on the screen. Prize number 1, thanks to geostuff.com.au. They have donated a first aid kit and a snake bite kit. So they've got one of these to give away. So one person will win both of these. Very handy all year round really, but seeing as it's winter, snakes are out trying to get warmth in the sun. And who can't go wrong with a first aid kit? You've got to keep them up to date as well. So one person is winning a first aid kit and a snake bite kit. So hopefully you've all been putting your name into the prize wheel. So let me just pop that on there. If you go to tinyurl.com/GDU wheel, that is the URL you need to go to. So tinyurl.com/GDU wheel. Fill in your geocaching name. You'll need a keyword, and the keyword tonight is tracker. So pop that in to the keyword there. And then, put in your email address as well so that I can find you if I don't already have you. Don't forget, you need the keyword, otherwise it won't go through. And we shall see what happens. So I'll give you all a few more moments to go to that. Go to that form, pop in your names, and put your names in for the draw for this awesome prize here. So that URL you need to go to is tinyurl.com/GDU wheel and pop in the tracking code there. So let me just do a quick update here. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, looks like we've got some names coming on onto the wheel. Alrighty, so you have too many first aid kits, do you, James? If you win, I will spin again. How about that? Dear me. DTY, you need a snake bite kit, do you? That's a bit of a worry. Oh, dear me. Excellent. Okay, so hurry, as we will be getting the prize wheel started very soon. I know you all love the prize wheel, so let's get started with that. Okay, so tinyurl.com/GDU wheel, and your keyword for tonight is tracker. So let me just get these off of the screen here. Hey, we've got a GC code for the long reach event. That's fantastic. Thank you, Darren. I will pop that up in just a minute, but let me get started with the prizes here. So let me get rid of that one. Hide this one here. Okay, cool. All right, let me share my screen. Wheel. Go. Sharing. Alrighty, we can see names there. Fantastic. Look at that. Names are still coming on. That's fantastic. So there we go. Alrighty, I will be spinning this wheel in but a moment. There we go. All right, Joolay, do you want to give us a quick countdown and we will spin the wheel for a snake bite kit and everything else? Let's go. Give us a countdown, Joolay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Round and round and round we go. There we go. Shouldn't be any double ups. Who's it going to be? Looks like Rapidly Wild. Whoa! Rapidly Wild. Congratulations, love. That's awesome. I'm going to write you down before I forget that one. I have a good habit of forgetting who won. Okay, so you have won tonight. So let me remove you from the wheel. So congratulations, Rapidly Wild. Good job. You have won the snake first aid kit and snake bite kits. That's it, that one there. So I will get that on the way to you. Now, prize number two for tonight is the Year of the Water Rabbit Geo coin.
Even I'd like one of them.
I know, right? Even I was like, oh, that's a bit special. So thank you very much to John and Jai at geostuff.com.au. This is the Year of the Water Rabbit Geo coin. So make sure that you've got your name on the wheel of names, and we will get started on that one. Okay, so let's get started with that one. Let me remove this off the screen, and there we go. My screen is already sharing. That's fantastic. All righty, Joolay, if you want to give us another countdown, and we will get this one spinning.
3, 2, 1, go.
Round and round and round we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. Who's it going to be? Oh, get out of town. Get out of town. The Geo coin queen herself. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. All right. Well, congratulations, Kitty. I think I can hear the rambunctiousness in the background.
You can.
That's fantastic. Yoo-hoo! Yay. Congratulations, Kitty. That's awesome. Another Patreon. So you have got the Year of the Water Rat. I hope you don't already have it. Year of the Water Rabbit Geo coin on its way to you. More yahooing. But it's going to be a good night there in Canberra. That's awesome. All right. Well, congrats to Rapidly Wild and also Kitty Catch for winning those as prizes tonight. I have your details, so I don't need to reach out to you to find details. So that's awesome. We'll get those prizes out to you as soon as we can. So don't forget, if you enjoyed tonight's show, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Join us on our socials. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of those. So jump on, give us a follow, give us a like, make sure you don't miss a thing. You can also send me interesting stories, you can send me questions, or you can reach out and let me know if you think that there's someone that you know who would be an interesting guest on the show or something that you would like to see on the show. You can do that at geocachingdownunder@gmail.com and let me know what you would like to see, who you would like to see, and I'll do my best to bring it to you. So massive thanks to our sponsors here tonight at GDU. Lainey at LK Consulting Group for the marketing, mentoring, and the coaching program. Thank you very much. Geostuff.com.au for the monthly prizes and support. Your generosity just blows me away each month. So thank you very much for those super cool prizes. And big thanks to my mum who is supporting the show by covering some of the cost of the show for you. So I did get a little notification here just a little while ago. As you know, as hectic as life is, I missed it. There was a release of a new souvenir that came out today. So let me pop that up on the screen there. So this one is in celebration of the June solstice. For those of us in the Southern Hemisphere, this is really not for us, but we can still participate and get a souvenir. So Geocaching Headquarters have created the souvenir for this one. You can earn it by finding a total of 21 geocaches exactly. You can also include event caches and or Adventure Lab locations. That is available between June 18 and June 24. So, you know, just over a week, not very long to get that one. And you've got between the 18th and the 24th. So what's the 18th? The 18th is Sunday. You've got till Sunday, till Saturday next week to actually get that souvenir. But that one has been released today. So you need 21 exactly. And comprises events, geocaches, adventure labs, things like that. So thank you very much, James, for letting me know. Awesome. All right, we'll do a quick Patreon shout out now for you all.
G'day PCE and the GDU family. Now, just like this tree has a big trunk to support its leaves and branches, you too can support this particular podcast on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/GDU podcast. Links are in the description below, and you too can be one of the main supporters of this channel for as little as $3 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. This is Seemyshell. Thanks for watching or listening. I'm over and out.
Oh, that is awesome. So thank you to all of the Patreons that support the show. Give you a quick shout out here. So we've got Seemyshell, Kitty Catch, Kingfisher AU, Snappy Tomcats, Joolay, Darren Archer, Captain Roverman, DTY73, Wollaston, Banj 5150, Bounded Podcast also joining us live, Tink Hasho, Hev Walker, James 0116, Darkside Dan, Scramping, Mighty Minions, Lee737, Geo Joe, Tattooed Squared, Contested Gliss, Allied Oz, Isopeta, Oz Glory, Pilot Jen, Roddy C, Young Old Fella, Tank Engine, Choo Choo, Green Cordial, Bernie H, Chook and Chung, and I've got a new Patreon, so thank you very much. I know she's here live tonight, Shawfort24. Thank you very much. You helped me to bring the show to you all, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. And Joolay, you can attest to how awesome it is to be a Patreon as well.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. So if you would like to become a Patreon, just go to patreon.com/GDU podcast. There is 3 different tiers there. So from a little donation to a larger donation, you can decide, or you can do a custom donation there as well. So thank you if you were joining us live tonight. It's been wonderful having you. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show. A little bit different tonight with a pre-recorded video and also a live. So thank you very much. Don't forget, you can watch the replay on YouTube and Facebook, or you can also listen on any of your favorite podcast apps. So thank you to the sponsors, thank you to the Patreons, and thank you to you for tuning in each and every month and joining us live. Like just to say, and a big thanks to you too, Joolay. Thank you for joining me live. I really appreciate you taking the time out.
And thank you so much for inviting me. It's been quite a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun watching the show.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, I mean, it's been fun hearing about a specific adventure, because
Yes.
we see all people doing things, but to find out more and like that now is, I think, on the radar of a few people, that GeoArt. So
Yeah, it's
fantastic.
this fantastic geocaching in Australia. We're very, very lucky.
We've got a real big variance,
Yes.
like there's a big
Indeed.
variety. It's really good.
Indeed.
It's really good. So don't forget to what's happening. You're being raided. You're being raided.
Incoming!
Where's my spiller level? I want my spiller level.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, I will be back on the 11th of July. So don't forget to tune in live, and we will see you then. And I'm PC from GDU. It's been fun. And don't forget to get lost, to get found with GDU. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so let's see who's sticking around. Now they can come back in. And say hi.
No, they've gone back to the lounge room to be annoying out there.
Back to the alcohol. I see how it is. That's lovely.
It was lovely seeing Seemyshell tonight. It's good to see he's going so well over there.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we're still in contact. And he's up super early. He's up super early. So, g'day, mate.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's good to see you up so early, Craig.
That's it. And the video's all worked out this time. We got it right.
Yes.
Exactly. They did go back to their wine.
Yeah, they did.
I know where the priorities stand.
Yeah. Quick hello, goodbye.
That's it. I want my face on TV. G'day, Mum, and then they're going, oh, that's awesome. Awesome.
Yep.
Oh, okay, Darren. So you got a Magic Maker event approved. Fantastic.
Oh, yes. We've got 2 coming up in Canberra. Kitty Catch has got one and Tank Engine has got one. And we've also got an event this weekend. Oh, this weekend I think it is for the Great Leap Forward for the mega. It's a pre-mega event thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, so that's in Canberra as well?
Yes, it is.
So if anyone's around, head to that event. Yeah, I mean, you had to be quick for this Magic Maker event too, didn't you?
Yeah, they were very specific and quite hard because Kitty Catch, I think, submitted hers 3 times and they rejected it.
Oh, really?
So you had to be very specific, and they wouldn't tell you why. But in the end, she point blank asked them, and they said, "Well, you've got to be more this, and you got to say more of that." And so she got passed. So.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Well, it looks like there is a few around. Scramping's got one down in Millicent. Roddy C has got one too. I presume that's up in southeast Queensland.
That's great.
Another one in Brizzy. That's fantastic. So, yeah, it looks like people really jumped on it because I think you needed to be pretty quick.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
no worries.
I think so.
I'm in Creswick, Victoria tomorrow. Oh, there's heaps around then. Yeah.
That's great. We want that souvenir.
Tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Oh, there's even one in Darwin. That's fantastic. 4 in the Adelaide area. That's awesome. Wow. Oh, good job. Contesta is doing one in Darwin. Good on you, Contesta.
They're going gangbusters for souvenirs this month, and with all the you got the Magic Maker souvenir, and you got the
Wheel of Challenges,
and also this Solstice one. So and the Solstice ones can count towards the Wheel of Challenge, I reckon.
Exactly. Yeah. If you're clever about it, they just tie right in. So there you go. You're doing one in North Jersey.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I know I've got a few around me here on the Central Coast. So
that's good. Yeah.
A few of them are weeknights, though. I'm like, oh, come on, it's a school night. That's all right. Yep. Is anyone going to Sweden soon?
Kitty Catch is going to be over there, and I think it's for the mega in. Is there a mega in Sweden in August?
Let us know, Patrick.
Maybe that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
I know she's landing. Maybe it's landing in. Maybe it's Norway. Maybe there's one in Norway when she lands. Yeah,
and then go to Sweden.
Yeah.
That'd be.
Well, she's going for the old caches. Going over there to get them.
Yeah, well, I mean,
there you go.
There you go, Stockholm and August. Yeah, it is quite tricky getting the older ones here in Australia. Like, it's a bit of a challenge.
It is. Apparently they like sticking on top of mountains and things, you know. I don't know why.
Oh, there you go. The mega is in Norway, and then
Yes.
God, she's
Yeah.
in Germany as well.
Yep.
Does she know
Yes.
any other languages? Because that's a lot of.
Oh, she's going to get Grim Raider to do that. He picks up languages pretty well, so she'll have him. He'll be waving the arms and chatting away in no time.
Oh dear. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, and Isopito, you're going to South Korea. There you go. All right. Well, I mean, you know, step one, Kitty Catcher's got to get to this location.
Yes, she does.
Or wherever it's moved to when she gets there in August.
Yeah.
And then you've got to bring it to me here.
Yes. Maybe she can connect with someone to meet her somewhere.
That's it. And Patrick, we've got to figure out what the prize is going to be.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out that. Mind you, no rush. It's only been a year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Couldn't help if they lost it, though. That put a bit of a damper on things.
Patrick's beanie bikini collection. Oh, man. Have you gone to America? All right. Well,
lovely, Heather. Lovely. I really enjoyed Kath and I went there for 2 months last year, and it was fantastic.
Was that for an event?
That was for Geowoodstock and Seattle. So we got so many things ticked off the bucket list.
Over in British Columbia, wasn't it?
Yes, Abbotsford.
Abbotsford, that's it.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, so it was fantastic.
The loser hosts the winner. I reckon that's a good prize. I could handle a trip to Sweden.
Yes. Let's make it so. PCE must win.
That's it. Oh, wow. 5.5 weeks.
The 2020 trip. Yes, we all had them.
Yes.
Good to see, Heather. Have a great time.
Yeah. Good to see you finally getting there after all of that effort. Oh dear. All right. Well, unless anyone's got anything else to share in the community, I might let you all go for the night, seeing as once again we've gone over time as we always do. Bit of a talker. Love a chat.
Well, it's been lovely being on the show, PC, and you do a great job, and really appreciate the work that you put into this.
Oh, no, and thank you for being a guest. I know it's a big ask being on camera and all of that, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, it is a bit tricky, but that's okay.
Right. You got all your mates in the other room cheering you on anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, and Rod's here. Congratulations on winning the photo of the month, Rod.
Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, so don't forget, jump on Facebook, submit your photos, put your photos. Dear, I think it's drink o'clock. Put your photos in there, vote for them all. I love seeing photos from all around the country and all over the world. We've actually had some submitted from around the world, so thank you very much. And while you're there, vote for your favorites. So thank you. I hope.
Incoming.
Stand clear. Stand clear.
They've come to say goodbye. They've come to say goodbye.
Bye. Great time. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show. They probably can't hear me.
What? Can't hear you. They can't hear you. Yeah, they can't hear you because I've got the. Yeah. Can you hear now?
All right.
Sorry. Go away.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well,
Okay.
I hope everyone has had a fun night. And I know I said it 1,000 times, but thank you for joining me, Joolay. It's been really fun. I tried you to be a giggle fest.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, have fun, and we will see you on the 11th of July. And have a good night, and we'll see you all soon. See yous.
See you out there.